Come on, I said he'll never put more on you than you can bear. Can you clap your hands like this for me real quick? Everybody clap your hands. Everybody clap your hands, Lord. Lord, clap your hands. Tell me the top, y'all. Okay, song says, I've gone through the fire and I've been through the flood. See, I've been broken into pieces. See, lightning flashing from above. But through it all, I said, I'll remember that he loves me and he cares. No, he'll never put more on me, hey, than I can bear. Everybody clap your hands right. I gotta warn y'all, I feel the Holy Ghost at the 10:45 service. Everybody put your hands together right here. Oh, everybody clap your hands. Can y'all help me sing it, y'all? Sing, I've gone through the fire, and I've been through the flood. I've been broken into pieces. See lightning flashing from above. But through it all, he gave me a thought. And he loves me. And he cares. And he'll never put more on me than I. One more time. Everybody clap your hands right here. Everybody clap your hands. Does anybody really believe that? Come on, I said, does anybody really believe he'll never put more on you than you can bear? We're going to sing it one more time. Can you help us this last time? Yeah. Say, I'm going through the fire. And I've been through the flood.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone, and I trust we are all doing very good by God's grace. Please, can you all hear me? Please, if you can hear me, just unmute yourself and kindly let me know. So if not, I can just adjust my microphone and we move on. Or you can share an emoji if you can hear me. All right. We're all welcome once again, and thank you. That means I am audible. Okay, so we can turn on our videos and then we move on to today's session. Welcome Kaya Express, Lydia, Enyonam, and Amelia. You're all welcome to today's session 2, which is vocal range. We are continuing with where we left, or where we ended last week. So I just want us to have a quick recap of last week's session, and I will personally love that any one of us here will just share with us what you studied or what you learned last week. Anyone who is ready can just unmute yourself, and please, let's do well to also show our videos. It's very, very important so that we can be able to relate very well. So a quick recap. Anyone? Do we have anybody sharing with us what you studied last week on vocal range? Hi, Auntie Enyonam, are you ready to share with us?
Yes, please.
Okay, so let's hear you.
Okay, last week we were taught about vocal range,
Okay,
and you said vocal range are notes a person can comfortably sing from the lowest to the highest.
okay,
And you also spoke about a number line that represents the vocal range, the steps.
sure.
So you said from 0 to 5, from 0 to 4 is the lowest. Then you left the 5 out and you explain the 5 later. So from 6 to 10 is the highest. Then you later came and explained the 5, what it means. And you said that one is the comfortable zone. Yes. I
Okay.
think that's what I recall from last week.
That's perfect. That's perfect. So, let me also put this through. I want to share my screen. So, just a quick recap. Anyone who couldn't join or who wouldn't understand should just go back to the page and then follow the link to YouTube and get a quick recap after this session. So, last week we said this yellow diagram we see here, it's where our voice can be found, or where the vibration of our voice comes from. That is the larynx. Also, we call it the vocal box. Yeah, you can call it however you feel comfortable with, either the larynx or the vocal box. Okay, so within this lies the vocal folds that helps sound to project. Okay, so the sound is not coming from our lungs, neither is the sound coming from our diaphragm, but rather the sound is coming from this side. The air passes through and then it comes. So today I'm actually going to show you some video and how it works. This is just a recap on that. And then just like Auntie Enyonam said, I used the number line to explain the vocal range, because each and every individual has a unique tone. Okay, some people are naturally low tone singers and others naturally high tone singers. So from 0 to 4, just as she said, is what we call the lowest range, and then 6 to 10 is the highest range. And I remember mentioning minstrel Becky Bonnie as one of the very people who does her music in her lower tones or in the lower ranges. Someone like Jim Reeves, Don Williams, and a whole lot of people, they function within this side. And then from the 6 to 10 is the higher ranges, and I remember mentioning Celine Dion, Jacqueline Carr, Leandra Johnson, a whole lot of people. Let's say Petra, is it Adebayo also? She does her songs within this highest ranges. Enyonam, or no, Enyonyam rather. Enyonyam also does her songs on most of these scales. And then the 5 is our comfortable zone or our escape zone. Even when you've lost your voice, you should be able to perform around the side. So that is a quick recap of what we studied last week. I think there are more that was discussed, but then this is okay just to settle our minds, and we would move from here. So today we are talking about vocal range and how to increase your vocal range. Yes, how to increase your vocal range. So the first of it is that I'm going to show you a video of how the sound is projected. As I am speaking, you can all hear me. And how does it work, or what happens anatomically and physiologically in the human body? Because we are the humans, and our bodies is what our vocals lies within. And remember, last week I said that when you play a keyboard or when you play an instrument, no matter what the time is, no matter what the atmosphere is, it is going to sound the same. But with your voice, it can sound different in the morning, different in the afternoon, different in the evening. Whatever hour you sing, it can sound differently depending on how you feel. If you are happy, your vocals are also excited. If you are sad emotionally, it is also affected. If you are sick, it's affected. So even if you are tired, your vocals are equally affected. But how then can we increase our vocal range? So for us to know how to increase it, we must first of all know how our vocals work. It is very important to know how it works so that you'll be able to know how to increase it. So I'm going to share with you 2 videos, but viewer discretion is advised. Okay, viewer discretion is advised. If you feel that you are not too sensitive, you are too sensitive with certain images, I beg your pardon, this video is not good for you. However, for educational purpose, I just want you to stay tuned. It's just for a minute, and then I'll move to the second video. Then after this video, I will explain in detail. Then we move to how to increase your vocal range. So let's just quickly move on to the first video. So what you see on your screen is inside the human mouth. This is a human being. So inside the throat, or moving into the throat by the help of endoscopy, this video was given. So let me just play the video as you watch. Now, what you see here, I am using the cursor on it, so please watch it very carefully. I'm just rotating the cursor on something here, the vocal fold. Now, this particular thing you see here, that's the vibration for sound to be heard. This is what flaps. It flaps. I will show you another video where you see it flapping, but this is what flaps, and it is studied and shown and detailed that this vocal fold flaps more than 100 times within a second just to be able to produce one sound. So as I am talking, it is flapping more than 1,000,000 times to be able to get all my words accurate. So when you sing, it is this fold that vibrates, or it flaps, it hits itself together to be able to help you come out with whatever sound you are projecting. Remember, the air or the breath is coming from your lungs or your diaphragm. Okay, so as you are pushing it, it's just air without tone or without any note. When it gets to this point where it is situated in your throat, this is where now the sound is able to start manufacturing itself, then it projects through your mouth. Let me continue with the video. So when you are breathing, it opens up. When you begin to sing, when you begin to talk, it begin to flap. Emilia, can you please mute your microphone? So this is an endoscopy look into the vocal box. Okay, so I want to quickly move to the second video. Now let me pause and then explain it at this moment. When you breathe in, the vocal folds opens up, and then when you begin to sing, it begins to flap or vibrate for the sound to come up or come out. So this person is trying to give a tone or give a note, trying to sing on a note, and you can see that it is flapping. It is very, very, very fast. This is in its original, play speed. But if you are to slow it down, you realize that it is very, 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 very fast, because within a second, it is supposed to flap or vibrate over 100 times. So imagine you are singing, then the vibration is going to be so long. I want to take it again. Okay, so let me use this side to explain something very quickly. Now, whenever we talk about someone having a sore throat or um, let's say laryngitis or whatever, what we are trying to say is that this vocal fold you are seeing that is flapping or vibrating is inflamed. And what it means by inflamed or inflammation is that it has swell or swollen. Okay, and anytime it gets swollen, it's unable to flap as it used to be before. It's just like we humans, it's part of us though, but just like you've hurt on your hand, you are not able to use it as it used to be before. So the moment you have a problem in there, your voice becomes hoarse, and it tells you that there is something happening to this vocal fold. Now, last week, I think Auntie Lucy or someone asked the question that is it good to take chilled water? And I explained something by saying that this vocal fold we see here, the tissue that is it's used in making this, according to the intelligence of God, this fold is very thin. It's just like going to the market and buying a fresh meat. And when you keep this fresh meat or you store it in a chiller or in a refrigerator, it hardens up. So the more you keep on taking chilled water, the more you are reducing the frequency by which these vocal folds should be able to vibrate. It's like you are reducing its softness and hardening it rather. So that is why normally we advise that as singers, the best thing to do is to take water or anything liquid which is room temperature or a bit warm, so that it helps to reduce any form of rigidity inside the vocal fold. Let's continue. Okay, so looking at this, let me use the first video instead so you would see it very well. Okay, so this is the first video. It's more clearer than the first one. Yes. So this is the vocal fold, which is here, very beautiful according to the intelligence of God. And this vocal fold is what we talk about as our range. So whenever we say vocal range, it depends on how you are able to stretch the vocal fold to be able to vibrate more than it used to be. Last week I made you know that naturally I was born a low tone singer, but with time, gradual process, consistency, I've been able to upgrade myself from singing low into singing high tones or pitches. So now I can say I am radical, I can move here and I can move there. How did it happen? It is because I was able to stretch this beyond how it used to be. For example, if you have elastic band or a rubber band at home or with you, you can decide to stretch the rubber band. The first time you stretch it, it will still come back to its original state. As you keep on stretching, it begins to loosen up. It begins to loosen up. And that is how our vocal range, or the vocal fold, is like. The more you stretch, the more it adapts. The more you keep stretching, the more it adapts. But when you stop stretching it for a longer time, you stop singing, or you stop active singing for a longer period, it retracts, comes back to its original position. That is where now you even become more rusty than you used to be, because it has come back to its original position. That is how God made it. Okay, so how do we try to increase what we have here? How do we increase it? I'm going to start by saying, one, have mentors. I'm going to continue. I have about 4 points I'm going to talk about. But the first point is you should have a mentor. Now I'm taking the video off the screen, so we continue. I'll come back again to it. But before I continue, any questions so far before I move on? Any questions so far? No question, then I can move on. All right, so how do you increase your vocal range? As you just saw the video, how do you increase it? Should you open your throat and put banana inside? Should you open your throat and put in something there? Oh no. When you do that, the next minute we'll just have an ambulance coming for your body. What you are supposed to do is to just start a good exercise. But then I want to start with this point that you should have a mentor, but not just a mentor, a sizable mentor. You should know who you sound like. There are a lot of artists in the media spaces. There are a lot of artists. There are a lot of people you have heard of. Probably among one of these people, you would be able to sound like any of them. I personally have realized that I sound like 3 people so far. One of them is Vashon Mitchell. The other person is so surprising. I sound sometimes like Ty Tribbett if I want to be in the high pitches. Okay, and sometimes I'm able to move in the range of Leandra Johnson. She's a female though, but I don't know how it happens. It's with consistency. Now, I know there are more people that I can have within my space if I want to have a mentor of such. But then, how do you know that this person is a sizable mentor? It's by listening to multiple songs of that person. And when you are able to sing just on the same key of that fellow, you realize that you are not struggling as compared to other artists or other minstrels and ministers. That helps you to know that this person is quite sizable. Don't be a low tone or a low pitch singer or a low range singer and go in for someone that is above your range. You will kill your vocal cord. It is gradual process to move there. You can still be in a higher range, and then there are people that are still higher than you. There are some people when they sing and they are within a certain key, you cannot continue in that same key except you change your key, because naturally everyone has a unique vocal range. My vocal range is naturally different from yours, but then you can train to be like me, and I can as well train to be like you. That tells us that it is dynamic. You can just move everywhere. So get a sizable mentor to follow. Now, what are the benefits of having a sizable mentor? One, I have here that they have done the technical jobs, or they have rehearsed already for you. It's just like you needing a particular dress for a program, and you go to the market and you select the one that you just love so much. It has gone through the tailoring process. Every production has been done on it. So it's just like an already made product you are going in for. So they have rehearsed, they have done everything for you. You are just going in for the person and try learning from the person. The second thing is that the best of their productions are there in their media spaces. When someone goes to the studio to go and record a song, they are not coming out with the bad production. They are going to come out with the best of the productions. Why? Because one, they are going to correct all the pitches. They are going to, fine-tune or auto-tune the vocals, and everything that is coming out is going to be very perfect. So even the artist might have flattered or sharped at a particular point. Okay, he or she might have done something which is musically error. But because it will go through the production stage, the post-production is going to change everything. They are going to work on it. The producers or the engineers are going to work and correct everything. So when it comes out, you are not going to hear the mistake of that particular artist, but rather a refined product. So the moment you have a mentor, they have come out to correct every mistake that you are supposed to make. And then it becomes easier for you. So you are now going to copy the best of their outcome. So when you are trying to copy someone and you are unable to be able to, you are unable to reach the corrected pitches, then you know that You have to work on yourself. So let us say, Emilia, who is your mentor? Please unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yes, who is your mentor? We can hear you.
Please, hello, phone, can you come again? I did not hear that.
I'm asking who is your mentor?
Oh, okay. Dinah Hamilton.
Okay, all right. So you can mute your microphone now. So Dinah Hamilton is in our case study. So if Emilia is understudying the vocals of Dinah Hamilton, and Dinah Hamilton finishes her experience program, goes through all stages of production, and it is now in the media space. If Emilia is singing any of Dinah Hamilton's songs, she should be able to sing it to the standard or more, because if during the program certain pitches went wrong, it has already been corrected before it moves out to the media spaces. So you now being the second-hand consumer, you should be able to also copy exactly or even more than what the original product is given to you from the artist. I hope we are getting it. And then under the same have a sizable mentor, I also wrote that they contribute to your music knowledge. How do they contribute to your music knowledge? One, by rhythm, or they sing in cues. You know, there are some songs. I don't know if you've all listened or heard of a song called Mundabasa Africa. I would try and get it over on the page. Mundabasa Africa. I will send the song on the page. Now, when you listen to that particular song, Mundabasa Africa, it's like, it's more of it sounds like Pan-African music. You know, it has some texture that gives you some flair to learn. However, the cues by which they are singing on, the timing by which they are singing on, it's quite difficult. But if you tell yourself that I am going to let this song be a teacher to me, before you realize, you have improved on yourself by learning a different rhythm altogether. Because it has gone through the post-production stage, the cues are corrected, everything is working well. So when you have a mentor, they contribute to your music knowledge. Two, they also contribute to you learning some level of harmonies and dynamics or vocal techniques. Because, for example, if Alexandra Boache is on the microphone, definitely she's going to do some riffs and rounds. She's going to do some flips and trills. She's going to do some crescendos, decrescendos. She will do belting. She's going to do a lot of things. When you have Niela singing, she's going to do a lot of things. When you have Luigi McLean, when you have TMC, when you have Emoji, they will definitely come up with something different from what you listened in their own music some time ago. So they keep refreshing and updating their vocals and their dynamics. So the more you keep following these mentees or mentors, you are able to, learn something different. Someone asked me a question some years ago that how does people do the run, or how do people do the run and riffs and runs? And the only answer I gave to that guy was that just learn from someone who is already doing it. Master it, and before you realize, you are able to start your own thing. That is the first advice I give to the person. And then the second is that get to know something little about playing of a keyboard, and then try and build your own riff, build your own run. If you cannot do it naturally by the help of a keyboard or by the help of a string instrument, you'll be able to develop it. So these mentors help to raise the standard. Then the fourth thing I wrote under have a mentor is that they become a tool to measure your efforts. That is your vocal performance. They become a tool to measure your vocal performance or your efforts. Okay, so if we are still using Emilia, if Amelia's mentor, who is Dinah Hamilton, is singing and Amelia is equally singing, and Amelia is unable to hit the notes that Mama Dinah is hitting, Amelia should be able to know that no, I'm unable to hit it. So she becomes like a measure to you, a yardstick to know your flaws, your ups and downs. So having a mentor is very, very important. It's like this ministry we are in. There is nothing new. What you are doing today was done years ago. Without our absence in the ministry, or without our presence, in the ministry, and without our presence in the music department, there were people who were functioning. Someone like Yolanda Adams, Donnie McClurkin, what's her name? This lady. She's late. I've forgotten her name. Yeah, but all of these legends were already there. They've built the system for us. So it becomes easier for you and I to follow. It's just like you having the Bible. And in the Bible, we realize that someone prayed and the sun stood still. The rotation of the earth stood still until victory was given. This guy never saw this miracle done anywhere, but you and I, we've been able to see this miracle performed before, so it gives us a blueprint to follow. So with other legends who are in the ministry already have been able to set the pace for us, and that should become easier. Having a mentor is very, very necessary for we singers. Okay, so these are the benefits under having a mentor. Now I move to the second way of increasing your vocal range, and that is challenge your vocals with extreme songs or songs above your range, but make sure you don't strain. Okay, so for example, you are a low range singer, your tones are always low, and you really love to sing like Petra. I hope you've all heard Petra sing before. Can anyone help me with the song that took her viral? Can anyone help us? Oh, you can unmute your microphone. Do you know Petra? Please unmute yourself and talk to me. It's an interactive class, so you can unmute yourself and talk to me. Oh, I'm getting the name wrong. I'm trying to get the song that she did that really took her viral. Yeah, she's Petra Adebayo, right?
Okay.
Prince, if you remember, just tell me, cause I'm trying to use her as an example, but then I escape him a kakra. Obiankai.
I think that song is.
Yes, good.
Yeah.
That's the lady. So imagine you are a low tone singer and you want to have this person as a mentor you want to follow. It's a gradual process, it's not overnight. All you have to do is just listen to this person, and then from time to time begin to sound like her. It's going to be a strain on your vocal cord. It's really going to wear you off. But then take time and begin to practice. I always tell people that don't just learn songs, steady songs. There is a difference between learning. You can learn the song, learn the lyrics, go and sing it. It's like chew and pour, pass and forget. But when you study the song, you can even be sleeping and you will hear the rhythm of the song and you can tell where the song is going to start, where there is going to be the bridge, where there's going to be a chorus. You know everything. Okay, so when you want to challenge yourself with some extreme songs that are above your vocal range, you take it gradually. For example, today, if you're listening to the song, get to know where you weren't able to hit the pitches right, because you yourself, you will know. Okay, so you just get to know which sides you are unable to sing accurately, and then begin to correct it. Maybe you can be alone and then correct it. You can just get yourself in an isolated place. Make sure you don't disturb people around, because they also need peace of mind to think. So just get a convenient place and then train. Normally, singers use the opportunity to use rehearsals as an opportunity to learn songs, which is wrong. Rehearsal is a platform where you go and then work out the song you have already studied. But then if you think the chapel is going to be the best place for you to train to increase your vocal range, then you have to go earlier or get any other day to go and train yourself. I know Prince Mensa personally. I have a video of him and then Samuel at the beach. They sent me the video some months ago where the guys were, trying very well to increase their range by shouts, and they were doing it vocally. There is a difference between screaming, shouting, and doing a shout vocally. There are some shouts or screams you can do it, and by the time you realize you have broken your vocal cords. Okay, so you can find a place that is conducive, listen to the music, identify the pitches you are unable to do very well, then begin to hit there. The moment you realize you are straining, please stop, relax. Okay, if you are actively singing every Sunday in church, then stop so you don't break your voice totally. But if you are like me, who sings once in every 6 months, you can decide to use 4 months to wear off yourself, increase your vocal range like that, and then you rest when there is a performance to do, because the voice also needs rest. Okay, it is very sad that there are a lot of people in the system now. I want to refrain myself from mentioning names, okay, because this link will be posted on YouTube and we don't want any problem. And I wish I could, but I can't. And these people are in the space with a lot of broken voices, with a lot of hoarseness in their voices, because they don't have time to rest. They don't have time to relax their vocals. They are jumping from one program to the other program, this program to the other program, and when they are singing, you can hear that acquiring a voice of fabat or forcey. Sometimes it is very displeasing and very uncomfortable to hear someone singing and the person's voice is broken. And at times when I'm in such a program or in such a meetings, I really feel bad for the person, because he or she is overusing the voice. And at the end of the day, they will talk and it's like, I don't know, can you hear me? I don't know whether they fancy that level of, they just try that. But anyway, we shouldn't be like that. Your voice is a precious instrument. Your voice is a precious tool. If you don't take good care of it and you keep on making it become horsey and horsey and horsey, at the end of the day, it will become very, very difficult to get your vocals in a good shape, because it will take you a longer period for it to retract again. All right, so that is that for the second one. And then the third one, you should be constant and effective with exercises. I'll be posting an exercise which will help us to be able to increase our vocal range on the platform. I'll be doing that. And you should be constant and effective. Don't do it today, relax tomorrow next, and come back again. P exponent 5, as in PPP, which is 5 times, says proper preparation prevents poor performance. So if you are going to have a good performance, then you should prepare yourself properly. So if you are working on your own vocals, that is your own tool. That is what you have. You should be able to use it. No one can borrow another person's voice to perform. It hasn't happened before, and it will never happen in our time. No one can borrow your voice, and you can equally not borrow someone else's voice. So what you have is a very dynamic tool. I keep saying that God needs to hear your voice amidst the multitude of singers, because Bible says that God inhabits in the praise of his people, and you are among the people, the chosen of God. So God is expecting to hear that dynamic voice you have. Don't be intimidated by anybody's voice, okay? There are some people, when they hold a microphone, Charlie, what means say, me. Never be intimidated. Your voice is equally needed in heaven. God is waiting to enjoy you, cook something better for him with that voice you have. So Bible says that David was a skillful player. He could play, and has now upgraded himself to become a skillful player. That tells us that even God giving you that special voice that you have, you also need to work on it, improve on it, become skillful. And to one he gave 5 talents, to other he gave 2, to another he gave 1. 5 was able to multiply to become 10. 2 multiplied and became 4. 1 couldn't work on it, and that one, the master called him wicked and unfaithful. So if God wants to see you using your voice well, then you should become faithful with what you have. Work on it effectively. There are people who love. I wish this program is also having the medics and the dietitian in vocals, but we don't have it. The medics and dietitian is not part of this program we are doing. I will speak to the other facilitators if the next session we can have medics, and then we'll talk about some of the foods, okay, which is really destroying our voices. A lot of people don't know that there are some foods they take in, it doesn't help their voices, but we'll get there. We'll get there. So be constant and effective with your vocal exercise. Wake up and do your vocal warm-up. Last week I told you that Mondays to Saturdays I walk 13.1 kilometers. Enya kwanketwa eye kwantintin is about 3.5 hours. Okay, and along the journey I'm singing, I am warming up, doing a lot of exercises. Sometimes I even stop and then begin to pray on the way. Okay, that is me, because when I get home I don't have time again. So I use that period on the road to exercise my body and to exercise my voice. All right. Then the 4th point, which is the last point, is that relax and deal with your voice. Try your best to sleep. Try your best to keep yourself hydrated, because once you stretch the vocal cord, you should be able to let it relax. As it keeps relaxing, it begins to build itself into the new capacity or the new environment you have created for it. That is how the vocal works. It is a tissue. It stretches. As it keeps stretching, when it reaches a certain point, let it relax. And when it relaxes, it begins to heal itself into the new space you have created for it. If you don't, it's like you are injuring it. The moment you stop and wait for some number of days, it heals faster, adapts to the new environment or the new stretch you have given to it, and then you begin to move on. So this is just the 4 points I have shared with you. 1 says that have a sizable mentor. 2 says challenge your vocals with extreme songs or songs which are above your ranges and make sure you don't strain. And the 3rd one says constant and effective exercises. And the 4th one says relax and deal with your voice. Please, any questions so far? Do we have any question? Okay, Emilia.
Please, I want you to go over the first. You said having mentor, and the second you said
So,
get vocal exercise.
under having mentors, I give you I think 4 benefits of having a mentor. Okay, so the first one is they have done the technical jobs for you. They have done the rehearsals for you. Okay, and then the second one is the best of their productions are in the media space. They have corrected all the pitches, all the notes that were wrong. In fact, they have fine-tuned everything, so they give you the best of the production. And then they have also contributed to your music knowledge by helping you with rhythms. That is why I mentioned the Mundabasa Africa. So I'm gonna get that song and I'll post it on the page. When you listen to that song, you realize that the rhythm is some, you know. Do we have a drama on the page? Do we have a drama here? When we checked the forms, we realized we have some drummers and then keyboardists, but I don't know if they are in attendance today. I would have let that drummer, listen to the song within the next 5 minutes and help us know the time signature of that song. But then we'll do it in the course of the week. So when you have a mentor, they help you, they build up your knowledge in music. Someone like Kavina Jones, Dishondra Ride Out, these are powerful singers. Okay, pardon me if I'm not using most Ghanaians. Those who know me personally knows the genre of music and then the trend that I follow. Okay, so the people I know are the people I mentioned their names. So when you listen to these people, they come as Prince. Why are you sending a laughing emoji? They become a teacher to you, a virtual teacher. Okay, where you don't pay for anything, just by their songs, you are able to learn something new. Then I also said they become a tool to measure your effort or your vocal performance. So when they do something and you're unable to do it, it tells you that you have more room to improve yourself. So you use them as a measure to be able to reach to a standard for your own self. And then these are the benefits of having a mentor. Then I also said you challenge your vocals with a stream songs. Amelia, why are you making me do this? I think after I'll be posting the link on the page so you can go back and then refresh your mind. So please, any
Please, can you have more than one mentor?
Oh yes. And I'm Dodo and Senkwai. So you can have more. I remember telling you that I have Vashon Michel as one of the people. And I mentioned Ty Tribet and I mentioned a lady, Leandra Johnson. Okay. It's just like that. We keep looking for people who you sound like or people you are able to. Okay, if the name I get it right, Auntie Leona, your hand is up.
Yes, I wanted to contribute something little
Okay, you are
to
welcome.
challenging your vocal range, like you said. Usually, a lot of us sing in church,
Perfect.
and so we are limited because, like in Ghana, we are limited. We limit ourselves to the Ghanaian artists.
Mm-hmm.
Now that people are trying to be a bit dynamic, so what happens is that, and the vocal ranges of gospel artists in Ghana is very similar
Hello, please, we can't hear you now.
to secular musicians like Celine Dion and the like.
Mm-hmm.
Teaches you a wide variety of ranges and pitches because they go above and beyond. So
Sure.
sometimes it's okay
We're having network problem.
that will.
We are sorry if you can take the last part again because your connection freezed.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yes. So I was
Oh, it's is it only my end or
and how
it
it's okay to listen to somebody like Celine Dion
mm-hmm.
to help you with your vocal range. It teaches you some techniques as well because
Oh, the
yes,
network. It's sad. We are just getting some interferences in your network, but if we get you right, you are making us understand that the vocal ranges of most Ghanaian artists. That is what I heard. Okay, Ghanaian artists. Then I didn't get it again. Then the next part was Celine Dion. So if you can help us, we have just 11 minutes, but
Okay,
if you can help us again, we'll be grateful.
I'm back again. I'm saying that for Ghanaian gospel musicians,
Mm-hmm.
the range is is within they are most of them sing. So if they are your mentors, sometimes you and because of Christianity, we are told not to listen to secular music.
Mm-hmm.
But for the sake of learning and wanting to advance your vocal range, it's okay to sometimes listen to people like Celine Dion to be able to learn a lot
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
from a wider range and learn a lot of the techniques they use
Mm-hmm.
in singing. That will help build your vocal range as well.
Perfect. Perfect. That reminds me. It's a good adapt. That reminds me. My very first vocal coach gave me Michael Jackson. It was a hell, but I had to force myself because he couldn't get anyone within the gospel fraternity, which is very, very true, especially our people in Ghana. Yes. So, what Auntie Leona said is very true, despite the fact we are, within how do we say it, within a scope where we are moving in the direction of gospel and stuff. But then on the flip side, there are people who are equally good and even better than most of the gospel artists. So it is not bad learning from them. It is not bad learning from them. But don't overlearn and learn the song and begin to sing before you realize you'll be doing that in church. Please, any contribution, any question? We have just 9 minutes more. I recently saw a video of a gospel artist doing a secular song on stage. I don't know when the video was out though, but I saw it, and I don't know, maybe that gospel artist has been listening to that song all the time. TFN, Kakra, it can happen. Any question, any contribution? All right. So if we don't have any question and any contribution, I'm going to give you two apps that you should download on your phone. Two apps that you should download on your phone. We'll be using that to train ourselves on this subject, the vocal range. Okay. The first one, I don't know which music player you use, but if you have VLC, it is fine. But the app I want to give you is called Play It. I know some of you may be having it. What Play It does is that you can reduce the speed of the song. Maybe you want to learn a riff, a run an artist did, but it is too fast for you. You just have to slow it down and listen to the notes one after the other. It breaks it down for you. It's like a slow motion of the song you are listening to, and then you'll be able to learn it, pick it very well, and you are good to go. So I will send a photo of it, the icon of the app on the platform. And then the second one I want you to learn is vocal pitch, to download, sorry, is vocal pitch monitor. Vocal pitch monitor. So you have two apps. The first one is Play It. It's a media player. You can use it to play your video, your audio. You can even download songs from there. And then the second app is Vocal Pitch Monitor. Now with that one, as you sing, it's able to tell you the range. If you are on a straight tone, it helps you to know whether you are singing a straight tone or you are, doing a vibrato or whatever you are doing. If you flat, it is able to tell you. If you sharp, it is able to tell you. Okay, so these two apps, I'm going to send you the icon. So when you get on Play Store or I don't know that of iPhone. So if you get on any of the stores, you can identify it easily by the icon that I'll be sharing on the page. And as time goes on, there are other apps I'll be introducing, or other facilitators will be introducing. So this brings us to the second session of the end of the vocal range. However, next week we are expecting to receive an artist to talk on vocal range, to finalize vocal range for us. Okay, so I would update the page, God willing, either tomorrow or in the course of the week, so we know which artist is coming on board for the vocal range. I doubt there's going to be practicals, but if there should be anything, I will communicate it to the admin on the page, or I'll do that myself. Okay. I just want to take any question or something before I close, or we close. But then I appreciate all of our times. I am so glad. I am so glad that you have spent full 1 hour here. So please, any question, any contribution? And if you haven't been able to meet your keyboardist at church yet, please try and do so. Those of you joined last week, I told you that buy at least a yogurt and a meat pie. Fako Dada keyboardist, and tell him, say, you want him to help you, know your vocal range. It's very important. They will help you to know it. They will take you through series of, work, and by the time you realize you are true, you know your vocal range, and it is perfect. Okay, so if we don't have any question, we don't have anything to discuss, then we will call it. Emilia, were you about asking a question? Okay. Auntie Enyonam, any question?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Then I think we would call it a... Yes, please.
So last week, I didn't hear it.
Okay.
Later when I listened to the music, that I heard that you said I should sing.
Okay, that's fine. It's good you went back to listen to it. So that ends here. Go back and listen to this one also. Please, if there is any question that comes up, the page is going to be opened now and then closed on Monday. So we have today, Saturday, and tomorrow, Sunday. If there is anything on your mind, just go on the page, type it, or you can send an audio in whatever language you are okay with. Send it. Okay, so send whatever be your problem on the page, and then we'll discuss it. God richly bless you so much for being on this platform today.